I have little man nap time. So this is when I'm going to record these videos. Hello, good day. It's Gabriella Million, your favorite soft girl guide. And today we're talking about the energetic reasons that might be blocking you from getting pregnant. If you don't already know, I am a certified herbalist, relationship coach, hypnotherapist, and I work a lot with different modalities from Latin America that help people to get pregnant. And I have helped over 75 women get pregnant naturally, taking a mind, body, spirit approach, because sometimes it is not just the physical realm or the physical body that is blocking us from inviting our future children into this realm. And there could be a lot of energetic reasons. And sometimes these energetic reasons even keep people from having the desire to have children. And then they do some healing and all of a sudden they have the desire. I had a lovely first pregnancy with our son. We gave birth naturally with midwives at a birthing center. I had a water birth. And I personally love helping women along that journey because I feel like having a more natural, holistic approach has made me feel more in tune, in line with my body. And I also feel like it's helped me to recover and go through this identity shift that is motherhood a lot smoother. I know that there are a lot of women out there who are trying to get pregnant. And when I was first doing herbalism workshops on cycles of the womb, a lot of these women were fitness influencers. Those were the majority of the women who were coming seeking this knowledge. I mean, if you saw these women on Instagram, you would think, oh my God, they have the perfect body. They are the epitome of health and wellness and all of these things. And yes, there were some physical blockages that were keeping them from getting pregnant or having a smooth pregnancy, but there were also some energetic things that were going on. If you've taken my Archetypes of the Wise Woman program, then I talk a little bit more about how women feel that in order to attract a pregnancy into their life, that they have to incorporate a lot more mother energy, which that actually isn't the case at all. You need to incorporate much more lover energy in order to create life into your lifestyle, especially because every woman has a certain amount of mother energy that they can handle. So the first reason why you might not be conceiving on an energetic level is because you are too busy mothering other people. Are you mothering your significant other? Are you mothering and nurturing a business or businesses? Are you mothering your siblings? Are you mothering and taking a lot of care of your parents? I know in immigrant families, personally, I'm Latina, and it's very common in Latin culture for women to use up their mother energy towards taking care of their parents rather than taking care of themselves energetically so that they have enough mother energy to take care of a future baby. And I've even seen it where I have multiple girlfriends who didn't have the desire to have children because they were mothering other people. All of a sudden, they started creating stronger boundaries. They started incorporating healthy lover energy into their life and taking care of themselves better. And all of a sudden, they had the desire to have children. It's because they were using up their mother energy reserves on other people. So energetically, they couldn't use it for themselves and for future children. So energetically, there was a block like, nah, you've used up your mother energy. I'm not gonna give you this child. So that's something where a lot of people go wrong. Different women have a different capacity to mother, a different amount of nurturing that they can give. Someone like me is actually on the lower end. I only have so much mothering nurture energy that I can give people. But there are other women who naturally have more mother energy where their tank is a little bit bigger. They have more energy to nurture maybe more people or different entities without totally destroying their physical health. Sometimes these women go on overboard though, and they wonder why they're not attracting a baby or a pregnancy. And this is where I talk about incorporating a lot more lover energy into your life, because lover energy is all about taking care of yourself. It's all about creativity and the energy of creation, and the energy of creation is what you need in order to create a pregnancy. You don't need mother energy until you actually have a child to mother. So stop mothering other people, stop mothering too many projects at the same time, take better care of yourself, incorporate healthy lover energy, and soon you might see that the desire to have children or a child enters your womb. The second energetic reason that you might not be manifesting a pregnancy into your life is because you do not accept your mother for who she is. I know this might be tough. You might have some valid reasons out there for not accepting your mother for who she is. But when you do not accept your mother for who she is, what you are subconsciously telling your body is, because I was not nurtured in the way that I wanted or I felt that I needed, I do not have the capacity to nurture another being. So this is why it's very, very important to, no matter what your mother has done to you or not done for you, to forgive her and accept that she did the best she could with what she knew. It's not necessarily about diving into her history and figuring out her trauma. No, the whole point of incorporating more love or energy is taking care of yourself. You need to focus on yourself during this time if you want to attract a baby into your life. There's been so many times where I've worked with women that they started talking about what they really wanted from their mother, what was missing from the relationship that they had with their mother. Even if they don't come from a super traumatic background, a lot of times people want others to love them in a certain way, but others don't have the capacity to love them in that way. And it's not necessarily a wrongdoing or fault of their own. Maybe they didn't receive that type of nurturing, or maybe that type of nurturing just isn't natural to them. And that's why, especially for young girls, it's super important to have lots of different types of women, whether it's aunts, even the girlfriends of their mother, around them, because they'll start to get nurtured maybe more so in a way that's healthier for them from other women, because other women have more of that energy or more of the type of nurturing energy that they need. So when you're always kind of pushing it on your mom only has so much mother energy to give as well. So understanding that, you know what, maybe my mom isn't the most nurturing person. Maybe my mom was just too busy in survival mode, and accepting that. And just accepting that she's most likely not going to change, that ultimately you are still alive, you are well. She did enough of her job to put a roof over your head, to nourish you, to feed you nutrients so that you survived. And now you are the adult that needs to take responsibility over your own life in order to be able to nurture a future child properly. So, of course, there might be a mother wound there, why you're not accepting your mother for who she is, but once you accept her, that wound will start to heal, and all of a sudden, a pregnancy might be closer than you think. Now, the last energetic reason I want to share on why you might not be getting pregnant is there might be a lot of ancestral trauma on your mother's lineage in particular. Why is this important? We can even talk about this on a scientific cellular level. So we get our mitochondria, the powerhouse of our cells, from our mother's lineage. So if there's been a lot of trauma on your mother's lineage, most likely there's been a lot of disruptions to her mitochondria. When the powerhouse of a cell has a lot of disruptions, it might take in a lot of toxins, and it might be very hard for you to repair your cells on a cellular level ancestrally because there's been so much trauma. So a lot of times women were like, I'm altogether healthy, there's nothing coming up in my labs, you know, I have a great relationship, I take good care of myself, I'm not taking care of everybody and their mother, sort of deal. I don't understand why I'm not getting pregnant, you know, supposedly my husband doesn't have the wrong genes, like we should be able to get pregnant. I don't know what's going on. And sometimes the trauma on your mother's lineage literally disrupts your cells from working properly. In this situation, I would not only focus on doing some ancestral healing, maybe family constellations, curanderismo, something that's a little bit different, focusing on healing your ancestral line, because this actually helps to change and rewire the cells and the soul ties a lot quicker and more effectively than just changing your diet and changing things here and there. I would say that once you figure out that there's a lot of ancestral trauma on your mother's side of the family that might be keeping you from getting pregnant, that there does need to be a combination of physical herbs and remedies, or a different type of diet change in order to help boost your mitochondria being out in the sun, especially if you're someone whose your family lineage comes from a place where the UV is much higher than where you live. For example, my family is from the Latin Caribbean islands, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. So that's much closer to the equator, but I live in northern New Jersey outside of New York City. So a lot of times I don't get enough UV that my mitochondria is used to because I get my mitochondria from my mother's side. I don't get enough UV, especially during the winter time. Therefore, my mitochondria, my cells cannot function to the best of their ability. That's the most simple way. I might be oversimplifying it, but on a cellular level, when there is so much ancestral trauma on your mother's lineage, literally your cells are not letting you get pregnant. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this kind of gave you maybe some hope also if you have been trying to get pregnant, realizing that this is a mind, body, spirit approach. Inviting a new human being into this world does not just take physical nourishment, it also takes mental, emotional, lots of love, lots of care for both you and the future little one. And maybe this new perspective can help you seek healing in a different way that works for you. Comment below if you like videos like this and you want a little bit more energy, spiritual talk. These are the types of conversations that I love talking about with my girlfriends, and a few people in the DMs have reached out to me talking more about this because they did work with me a little bit more on the physical level as an herbalist, but now they want to start incorporating more of the mind and spirit level. So I hope this was helpful.